What's going on? This is City Wrestling Radio, and this is our retro Sunday Night Heat review show. I'm your host, I'm Korey Smith. Joining me via internet is my co-host of the day, the main roster mate, Mr. Jose Oseguera.
How's everybody doing? How are you doing, Mr. Smith?
I'm doing pretty good. We have retro Sunday Night Heat tonight. I literally just watched it about an hour ago. Sometimes I watch it a day before. No, this is fresh in my mind. But
I watched it about 3 hours ago. Yep.
But it was a very weird episode because I think there was just a lot of there was moments where I'm like, oh, are we gonna get this moment? But it was just like, oh
no, those are raw moments. Damn it.
Yeah, we just got the build up, which
Mm-hmm.
it was like, I don't know. I feel like in the 90s, like they literally the matches came second to whatever was happening somewhere else via not Zoom chat like you are, but via whatever satellite hookup, which they
Yeah, totally. And it's strange because as far as I know, Vince Russo used to write all his stuff in advance, as opposed to when Stephanie took over, everything was written that week.
And then Vince was just like, fuck it, I'll do it 2 hours before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we're going to get into all of it. Episode number 10, Sunday Night Heat. Before I do, I'm going to ask you at home to like, share, and subscribe to CWR415. That's on Twitter. But everywhere else, at City Wrestling Radio. If you want to follow us in podcast form, at City Wrestling Radio. If you want to follow us on Facebook or Instagram, at City Wrestling Radio. And hey, if I think those are the only examples I have. But at City Wrestling Radio and at CWR415. If you're watching on YouTube, which I don't know, if you're not, just what are you doing with your life? Click the little bell down below because you get notified when we post a new video, because they actually tell you if you don't hit that bell and subscribe, you'll just see it occasionally.
It's a notification chime.
It's weird. Because we are on the road to 100. That's right, the road to 100 subscribers here at City Wrestling Radio on the YouTube. Help us out. It really does. If you like us, continue. It's like donating. It's like donating money, I think. It's actually, I think right now, at this stage, it's probably better than donating money. You know?
And it doesn't only help us, but also helps you, the viewer, and your friends in locating City Wrestling Radio on the internet.
Yeah. But enough pandering, because they've probably already hit the button a million times. They smashed that like button, subscribe button. So let's get into it. Let's talk a little Heat, because it's already getting warm in my room, and we just need to talk about Heat. What did you think of this episode, kind of like overall?
I think it was good.
Yeah, it's decent wrestling.
For a Heat episode, it was great.
I feel like there was a lot of middle-of-the-road storylines. Like, there was a lot of middles of stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
Triple H, Badass Billy Gunn, Vince in the hospital. Just a lot of things just like, let's just stretch it out a little bit,
Yeah. The match of the night, Hardy Funaki.
Oh, by far.
Argument. Yeah.
I mean, how many matches did we
everything
have?
else, and everything else felt almost like filler.
Oh, yeah.
Except for the main event stuff.
What was it? Oh, yeah, The Rock. Yeah. Well, let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. We kick off Sunday Night Heat. This is October 4th, 1998, 22 years ago this week or this day, depending on when you're watching. So we kick it off with, we are on Shane Watch, week number, I think, 10, right? This is episode number 10.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I haven't been keeping track of the numbers, just a date.
Yeah, so week 10, Shane is still here. But, I'm starting to get to the feeling that Shane is not going to be here on commentary for much longer.
Why is that?
Well, okay, so, I mean, like later in the night, you start to see him playing more off of Stone Cold and things like that, kind of being more of a character. Whereas you see Jim Cornette, all night he's just like, I'm Jim Cornette. Hey, how you doing? I'm an announcer.
I'm just trying to get a check.
Yeah, exactly. But Shane is more of a storyline. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Where I think Vince was trying Shane out as a commentator, but Shane's not a good commentator. He's just he's not. he's an amateur. He was an amateur at the time. You know what I mean? Maybe not now. Maybe he's a lot better now,
Sure.
being experienced in the business.
So
but
he's like a caricature of what an announcer should be because he was doing the whole radio voice gig.
Yeah, he was
slam. Woo.
but yeah, there was times where he would just get completely lost, and you're like, Shane, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
But we kick it off with
Clothesline by Jake the Snake. I'm sorry, he hasn't been here in years.
Yeah, we kick it off with X-Pac versus Owen Hart, or I think it's X-Pac versus Owen Hart. I say that because Owen Hart was physically there. He wasn't there mentally. So X-Pac comes down to the ring. He's joined by Triple H, who's in a wheelchair because remember he was attacked last week at a Breakdown.
Mm-hmm. Very exciting.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm never going to watch that show ever again. If you haven't seen our full review of Breakdown, click the link above. He's joined by Triple H in a wheelchair, who's with China, and Road Dogg, who is holding both the tag team titles. Technically, him and B.A. Billy Gunn are still the tag team champions. But Badass Billy Gunn left Monday night because he was some antics by DX. And he just left the building. I don't even remember this. I don't remember like the constant splitting.
You know what? This might have been one of those angles that got dropped like week after week.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Okay, it wasn't like the first week of Heat though. Like they were like, is DX gonna split up? Are they? Can they stay together? And now they're like week 10, and it's like that first story was dropped, and now this is completely different. And they're like, can DX survive? Can they stay together? And I'm like, well, I think so.
Yeah, you know, with major groups like that though, they always tease, can they survive? Can they stay together? Thing, you know what I mean?
Let's see. Triple H and DX are doing their promo outside of the ring while Triple H is in the wheelchair. Owen Hart comes out and he is just looking disheveled and sad and
more than usual because lately I was looking at the shows as we were recording and he's always during this Heat era has looked very like, detached and not really interested in the product. Maybe somebody picked up on that vibe too and said, okay, well, screw it. We'll just write it in.
Well, so what it was, did you see why this was though?
Yeah.
Because of the whole Dan Severn.
But I feel like they were trying to explain why he's been looking this way week after week. Because during the pay-per-view, he had the same type of like, oh no, Bert, here we go.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But no. So what happened was I guess on Monday night he gave a tombstone to Dan Severn. Apparently, like this was a legit injury though. Like he legit was hurt, and they worked it into storyline.
Well, that's the same pile driver that took out
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa. We got a little bit of video lag. That's weird. But it was strange because he just comes out to the ring and he just doesn't want to wrestle. He's just like, Owen Hart's literally like,
I heard a guy.
Like he would go into the ring and then X-Pac would be like, come on, let's wrestle. And he's like, nah, I'm just gonna.
I'm down.
No. I'm just
enough is enough. It's time for a change.
So he's reluctant to fight X-Pac. Owen dodged a Bronco Buster trying to leave the ring. X-Pac doesn't care, goes right after Owen. We have an O'Connor roll to Owen, and he gets the pin and the win. And I don't know how X-Pac was the face in this situation because he just kept going after Owen Hart, who was supposed to be the heel, but he didn't want to fight. You know? It was just a really strange situation.
Like a face totally would have took the 10 count.
Yeah. And then after the match, Michael Cole goes up to Triple H. He says, Mr. Triple H. Well, he doesn't say Mr. Triple H. He says, Triple H, where's B.A. Billy Gunn? I'm sorry, numbnuts. You got to speak up. It's a little loud. DX is in the house. And he's like, well, he asks the same question at the exact same volume. And he goes, listen, numbnuts. He's not here. I'm like, obviously he's not here. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, thank you, Triple H. That was very responsive of you.
Very informative. Thanks.
And then we have a recap of how Vince McMahon is in the hospital. So if you're not familiar with what happened, Vince McMahon, he had Taker and Kane. They both pinned Stone Cold Steve Austin to take the title off him, but nobody is the champion, and they're going to fight at Judgment Day for the title. With Stone Cold Steve Austin as the special guest referee. And I just was like, Why?
To watch the look on his face as he has to surrender the title to one of those behemoths instead of himself.
Just lock him out of the
Ow.
arena. Like that
Ow,
makes.
I'm very sedated. My foot hurts.
Yeah, it was weird. So this is basically because of the McMahon beer bath when Stone Cold Steve Austin drove the beer Zamboni. Or no, it wasn't the beer bath. He
No,
just
no,
came in on
no.
the Zamboni, right?
Yeah, he came on Zamboni and then
Jumped
jumped
over. Yeah,
off
jumped in the ring.
yeah.
This okay. So the Attitude Era. When did that belt get made? You know what I'm talking about? Not the evolved wing eagle. I'm talking about the '90s wing eagle, the circle.
This
Yeah,
thing?
the circled eagle.
Mm-hmm.
When was that introduced? Because I swear that was introduced before the Smoking Skull belt, but I
It
guess
was,
I'm wrong.
no. Yeah, you're totally right. It was before the Smoking Skull.
Then where is it?
Stone Cold took it. Then they didn't they bring it back? Wasn't it in the case?
No. It was the winged eagle. They had the
Yeah,
wing.
that's what I'm saying.
No. They had the Bret Hart's belt. Is what I'm saying. So yeah. Where is the circle? The actual. Remember the one The Rock and Stone Cold fought over? I guess that's introduced later.
Yeah.
Okay. So McMahon is in the hospital because basically Taker beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
McMahon promo. He's from the hospital bed, and he goes, "I can never forgive the Brothers of Destruction for what they did, but it's all Austin's fault."
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. It's all Austin's fault. Whatever
Right.
you say, Vince.
And you know what? I can't get over how immaculate his hair is after being readmitted to the hospital.
He's just like,
was it earlier that day or the day before?
I wish. Well, I mean, he was attacked on Monday night, and this is Sunday. This is like the following Sunday.
No, but Shane said that he went to the hospital initially, and then they gave him a call back, and he had to go back in, so he got readmitted. So did he get
God.
readmitted on a Sunday or Saturday? Either way, his
This is
hair
such
is
like-
immaculate.
He's such a bad but good actor. You know what I mean? Like, because he's trying to be really good. He's just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I wish I was there too with you, Shane. I wish I was there with you, Shane.
Yeah, and his oxygen, it's just like thrown together. It's crooked. Pain.
Yeah, McMahon speaking very slowly. He tells us the doctors will give us another evaluate. The doctors are going to evaluate him tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. Which I was like,
And
oh,
we know which doctor comes in, right?
yeah, you dumb son of a, let's check that leg. Yeah, I got the pee pan.
Oh, it's the same night as Purple the Clown, right?
I believe. No, was it Urpel or
Purple, something like that. Yeah,
Urpel, I believe it was. Yeah.
yeah.
We
It's
have.
the same night, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Oh, Mr. McMahon, I'm gonna get out of here. You know. Yeah, I believe it's the same one. Matt Hardy versus Funaki, the match of the night, because it just has to be. Back and forth between the two. Crossbody to Funaki on the outside. We have a reverse scoop slam to Funaki. Funaki dodges an elbow drop, and then the camera's cutting away to Vince in the hospital. He's just watching. He's just like, come on.
Don't you say okay?
We have a top rope springboard moonsault to Funaki, but he gets out of the way, gets his knees up actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna say a sloppy, or should I say a very safe looking falling headbutt to Matt Hardy, and the pin and the win.
A rare Funaki on TV pin and win.
Yeah, no. So I guess this is where they were like, this is way before they were like, let's push the Hardy Boys because. Man, it's funny how even Shane, like, this is another example of him not being a great play-by-play. He's like, well, Funaki hit him with a shoulder tackle of sorts. I don't know. And it's just like, dude, anybody else, Vince would have tore their asshole open. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this win came literally out of nowhere. So I don't know. It was weird. The first half was decent, but the second half was weird.
Yeah, but yeah, it's one of those things where they're introducing the Hardy Boys, so they have to lose here and there to Kai just to sell them out a little bit. It was bound to happen. That's how you run tag team in the '90s. Is you have solo singles competitions to somebody eat the L and then come back as a team and win.
Then we have the Headbangers versus. Speaking of tag teams, the Headbangers versus the Oddities.
With zero hype for ICP joining the Oddities, huh?
Well, the whole ICP in WWE, I believe, WWE wants to kind of, I don't want to say whitewash, let's just erase them from the WWE history, you know?
So it was heavily edited.
That's why you'd see like at SummerSlam, SummerSlam 98, they, edited out their live performance. That's why every intro is their song dubbed out for a new like carnival song, which literally has like the pole whistle, I will say this though. It was nice to see the ICP eventually. They were singing live and they couldn't edit. There was like parts they couldn't edit out.
Yeah.
So you hear them at least rapping the song over this carnival song. It was bad, but it was good. I was like, oh, at least I get to hear it,
Yeah.
I don't even like ICP. Let me get that like out there. I don't even like them. I think they're not for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you like them, good for you. But they are not for me. I would not ever go to a gathering of the Juggalos. I only know
what?
that
I feel pressured to like if you like ICP, you have to go full Juggalo. There's no half step in this.
You're right.
You can't dip your toes into the Juggalo pool. You got to go full.
You can't just have like a little bit of like face paint, just like on the weekends. No,
one black circle on an eye.
Yeah, no, you got to go. Got to go all the way.
Yeah.
So let's see. So at the beginning of this match, Jim Cornette, he says, well, these clowns need to pay attention because the Headbangers, they're not just a couple of college kids slam dancing around. That's the Headbangers' exact gimmick. like they're Headbangers.
Look at that guy with yellow shorts. He's not just some patriot that lifts a whole bunch of pounds.
I know. It was like, it was so bad. And I was like, Jim Cornette, come on, man. Like, out of all people to... I don't know.
Together, man.
I don't hold him to high regard, but I think he knows his shit about wrestling. You know what I mean? Like I would never be like Jim Cornette knows nothing at all about wrestling. No, he knows a lot about old school wrestling.
Mm-hmm. He knows about how to get somebody over.
Exactly. But maybe not modern day wrestling. But he knows his shit about the old stuff. And maybe this is where he started to lose it. He's like, what is this slam dancing? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Shane's here. I just want a paycheck. We have an ICP crotches thrasher. We have a big sit-down squash to Mosh by Golga and the pin and the win. It wasn't really much of a match. Like I said, the only part I liked about this is at the end where you get to hear ICP sing their theme song.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, I think this is my moment of the night.
Okay.
Because we actually get to see it on Sunday Night Heat. The video package for Steven Regal, a real man's man.
Yeah, that was good.
You know what I love too? They're trying to portray him as like this all-American, like real man's man, like construction worker. He's the blue collar guy.
Budweiser drinking.
Dude, the guy looks more British than Monty Python's like entire show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you look at Steven Regal and he's just like, you're like, dude looks British.
Even with the flannel.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, you don't look like the brawny guy. You look like, I don't know, Le Brawny.
He looks like the guy who would play the American guy in the British, like in a BBC show. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I'd be like,
totally.
oh, I'm the American guy who lives here in the neighborhood. How are you?
Fuck off.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's Bob. He just he sleeps down the street. He's kind of crazy. He just moved here from Texas. I don't know. I'm getting all my accents, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
He would be on that show about a department store of British people that work in a department store. He'd come in. I don't know. I don't even know what that show is called. I think it has a name, but
The Office Department.
No, okay.
Store?
No, it was a show my uncle watched when I was a kid. It was on KQED, so it was like super British. Okay. But it was like these English people just worked in a department store, but it was like from the 1980s. I don't know what it was called. Guys, if you at home know what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments below. Then we have a really weird tag match. DOA versus Ken Shamrock and Mankind.
Yeah.
So if you don't remember, Ken Shamrock and Mankind were involved in the triple threat match last week on Breakdown. And on Monday Night Raw, they had a little bit of a breakdown themselves between each other. Mm-hmm. So the bell rings and Mankind gets in the ring. DOA double teaming Shamrock. Ironically, I used the same hyphenated shame. Mm-hmm. DOA, you know what? they are one of the few people that they don't know that they're using their twin magic. You can look, but you can't touch Shane McMahon because he gets them confused. Like,
just for the sake of argument,
Skull.
this guy is a ball. Just for the sake of argument.
Yeah. I was like, okay, Shane. Like I said, anybody else would have gotten fired. Especially nowadays. Like if Tom Phillips said, "Well, I think that's somebody, but I don't really know."
Is that Nikki or is that Bree?
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's just call her Bree.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest though. I will say this. What is it? Michael Cole messed up this. It was like said something about like Jimmy or Jay. Like I can't even tell them apart. Said like this past week or a couple weeks ago. So I was like, all right, that's weird. But so then nice round, but it's Michael Cole. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nice roundhouse kick to Skull by Shamrock, which looked really good. Shamrock then slaps Mankind in with a tag. Mankind
a chop.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, okay. Mankind takes it to 8-Ball. The camera cuts to Stone Cold, who wants to get into the production truck. He's like, get me in here. Let me in. I was like, oh.
Shows you how important they consider this match to be.
Yeah. DOA isolating Mankind. We have a double arm DDT to 8-Ball, I think, by Mankind. Pretty Paul Ellering, grabs Mankind by the feet, and Mankind locks Ellering in the mandible claw, and then Shamrock was just like fucking sees his chance.
And the crowd pops too.
Well, no, they do, but they don't. Like the crowd was very divided on this.
No, I'm saying he popped. They popped when it looked like he was coming over to help Mankind.
Oh yeah. So he runs over and he hits a chair and hits like Mankind in the head with the chair. It was upside down too, which I thought was really weird. And Shamrock looked legit pissed. Like he just fuck this mother. I'm out of here.
Yeah, he plays angry very well.
Yeah. He can snap into it like that.
He must walk around.
And I like when he's leaving, the fans are just like flipping him all like, fuck yeah. I'm like, wow, people really liked Mankind. You know,
he was over.
You know,
the reason why he won the title. You know.
Yeah. So did Skull get the pin on him on Mankind? Was there a finish? No. I don't know why I wrote pin.
I don't remember a bell. I just remember it all hell breaking loose, and then everybody goes to the separate corners, and we get some more Stone Cold.
He did whack the shit out of him with that chair, though.
He did. Oh man, back then those chair shots that Mick used to take. Ugh.
After the match, though, yeah, you're right. It cuts back to Stone Cold getting into the production truck.
Which one? Which one is the feed for?
Every time they get into the production truck at this era, I'm just like, where's Kevin Dunn? Where is he? And I think he was the one, like there was not enough light, but he was the one in the middle, I believe.
Yeah.
He gets one of the PAs. He's which one goes to Vince's feed? And he goes outside and he has an axe and he just like cuts Vince's feet, like because he needed an axe for that.
And he got the axe really early in the show too. Like I won't say it was like the first or second time they showed him. They're like, oh my god, he has an axe.
So then Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out to so he cut Vince's feed and Vince just now. Oh, come on. I just want to watch the show. Okay, first off, why does there need to be a feed constantly of Vince watching the show from a hospital bed? You know?
You know what? I think it's actually closer to real than you think.
I just, to me, it's like, I would never, like, it was just weird. Like, no, they got to see me. They got to see me and me enjoy it. 'Cause, damn it. Yeah.
And it was never clear, was it the feed to the hospital or from the hospital?
I think that's it. I think the 12-year-old Korey was just like, yeah, you cut the wire. You know. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes down to the ring and he joins the commentary table. He's staring down Shane McMahon and this is the point where I think Shane is really they're taking him off commentary because they're inserting him in he's that you just have something with my father. Go, shut the hell up, you dumb son of a bitch. I'm gonna sit right here. What are you gonna say? No, nothing. Should I call you Stone Cold or should I call you Mr. Austin? Well, actually, call me Mr. Austin. Thanks for asking.
He cooled out after that, right?
He was like, Stone Cold was like, oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Sure, respect was great, kid.
Yeah. Thanks. So Austin is he's giving Shane so much shit. Kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. But Austin, he was great on the commentary, just kind of talking shit the entire time. Jeff Jarrett.
Why is this guy screaming?
Oh, I forgot. There's a match going on. Jeff Jarrett versus The Rock. Because that, That needs to happen. It was a pretty.
Yeah,
I thought it was a pretty good match too.
It was, and the announcing team really distracted from the match.
Yeah. Because they go back and forth. The Samoan drop to Jeff Jarrett, and then all of a sudden I thought it was like, oh, is this production problems? So I'm like, we just hear, got him, and it's Vince. He just calls in, I guess. And it's like joined via phone.
Why is he got to call through his cell phone? Well, Mr. Stone Cold, I think it was the hospital phone there.
Well, yeah, no, he was like calling through his cell, and then Shane was just like, oh, actually, it was his room's phone. I'm like, does it fucking matter? Like, I don't know. It was weird.
It doesn't matter at all.
Rock reverses a crossbody into a pin attempt, followed by a kick out, clothesline to the Rock. Rock begins to unload on Jeff Jarrett, but he cuts him off. Jeff Jarrett cuts him off, I believe. Rock blocks a suplex, gives Jeff Jarrett a suplex of his own. Snap DDT to Jarrett. Dennis Knight gets in the ring, low blow to scoop slam to Jeff Jarrett. People's elbow. Knight pulls the ref out of the ring and begins to beat down on the Rock. Austin runs in for the save. Stunners to both Jeff Jarrett and Knight and the Rock. And Austin, well, they begin their face-off. And I know this isn't the first time they faced off because they used to go back and forth for the Intercontinental title, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, this is the start of their World Championship feud. You know what I mean? The WWF title. Wow.
And, dude, Rock's over here supposed to be, I guess he's in the middle of his face turn. But, super pop that this guy's generating. And he does a nasty dick punch. Like, it wasn't just a low blow. It was like, telegraph.
Rock's not in a face turn. Like, I hate to break it to you. Like, he is. We're about 2 months away from Survivor Series '98.
Yeah.
And that's full. That's corporate Rock. That's Rock and McMahon joining forces. You know what I mean? That's
so he's tweener status right now.
Yeah. I think right now because I mean even before he was with the Nation, and he wasn't
full
a good
heel.
fit. Yeah, full heel. And I guess I can see where you're saying. Where he's making the face turn because the fans just love him.
Yeah.
And they're not playing him up. They're not burying him at all. You know what I mean? They're just letting the fans like him for now. You know what I mean? They're just letting the Rock be the Rock and let the fans cheer him because.
Yeah, well, like I mentioned earlier, WWF used to write their stuff way in advance.
Get the F out.
Yep. And that's what they did. When they did get the F out, they turned it into WWE, and everybody started to buckle up because
they didn't write that in advance. That was just a lawsuit.
No, yeah, but I'm saying after they became WWE, they started writing on the spot.
Yeah. Give me a napkin. Okay.
And the darts of
where's Heidenreich? Where's Heidenreich? Well, anything else you want to say about the show before we get out of here? Because that just ended the show. That was just Rock and Austin facing off.
Yeah, facing off. So we'll see you tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Silk Stockings coming up next.
That was pretty funny. There was a good part. The Pacific Blue ones always kill me, man. They always get me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Tommy
found out that his girlfriend is part of the oldest profession.
And then Jim Carrey, what do you mean, like accounting? What do you mean?
Carpentry?
Carpentry? Huh? I mean, that is... I don't think Jesus had the first job because if he was a carpenter, somebody taught him to be a carpenter.
Yeah, of course.
It's not he was just like.
No, he was somebody's apprentice. Yeah.
Hold on, wood. Let me cut this wood in half. Well, look at that! I made a gazebo. Wow.
Yeah.
And like nobody really
the
talks
giraffe
about.
has 4 legs. Hold on, 4 legs.
Yeah. That holds up pretty. I tried.
Check it out, everybody. I call it chair.
Chair. It's just. Well, he's like he made a chair, but he's like I made this. It's called backwards giraffe. Anyways, well, yeah, nobody talks about Jesus' carpentry work. He could have been a really bad carpenter.
It sounds like he was because there's no mention of it in the Bible.
Hey,
we would have known. We would have heard something.
All right, I think that about does it here for us. Before we lose any other subscribers,
all these love thy neighbor stuff, but his coffee tables, whoo,
Jesus Christ.
Right. Jesus Christ's coffee tables.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe at CWR4 and 5 and our newest one at City Wrestling Radio. Just search City Wrestling Radio in every single app you have, even Amazon. Search for us because I think actually I think they do podcasts now. So
yeah.
I just got that. So I think we're probably on Amazon Podcast, which will be the new one that I have to say. Be like Apple Podcast. All right, now I'm just stretching the show out. Guys, have a wonderful day. And I'll be back later tonight. Yeah, later tonight with Michael Vergara with our NXT 31 post-show, review show, whatever you want to call it. We're going to review NXT 31, all 5 matches. If you haven't seen the prediction show yet, go check it out because it's really good and it's pretty quick. We can let you know what's up. You know,
What is it, like 6 matches?
5.
Okay.
All right, guys. See you later. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye-bye.